Hi, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on my first gun, basically. Was a Mosin Nagant 9130. Now, this gun was made in 1938, and I believe was the Ichdevek factory due to a marking on the stock here. This one's a 1938. Now the wood here is, the finish on the wood is hurting a little bit, but that gives it kind of a battle-worn look, I think. And the bluing, some of it's still there, but most of it's gone. And the bolt on the gun is almost no rust, maybe a little bit right in here. But the action on this Mosin, very nice, not gummed up at all. And I tend not to shoot corrosive ammo out of this, just because I don't want to take the time to really clean the gun out and just do like all the internals and stuff, because it's just kind of a pain to do, even though it's a relatively simple gun. Now this gun holds 5 rounds that are fed into the internal magazine here. And you can feed them by hand or by something called stripper clips. So basically it's just a clip, it's about that big, and the butt end of the bullet just goes into it, and then you just kind of feed it into there while the bolt's open. Now there is a little lever here where you can take out the feeding rod, and it's just kind of a scissor clamp type of thing. Now the Russians got a little rambunctious with it, and I don't know if you can see, but there are markings that go all the way up to 2,000 yards, meters, 2,000 meters. You could probably not hit a target, a silhouette target, at that range. I have seen people shoot up to around 1,000 meters with it, but that's probably the max for one of these rifles. Now it does shoot 7.62 by 54R, which is probably one of the oldest cartridges that is still in use today by not only third world countries, but actual countries that have an organized government today. Now the rifling on this gun and the crown, which is basically the area around the tip of the bore here, is still relatively intact. Now the rifling is slightly pitted, however that's not a big issue with these guns unless the rifling is just completely done away with, and it will probably not shoot very accurately at all. Now the sight, front sight post, if I can get it to focus, is just a ring with a post in the middle that adjusts from side to side here. Pretty effective sights if you know how to use them. Kind of the back sight post is just a groove. Now another interesting thing about these is the bolt goes straight out instead of most bolt action rifles kind of having the bolt curving down. Now the safety on these Mosins isn't really a safety at all. It's more of a kind of thing that stops the bolt from going forward and just runs into the receiver. Now these guns are going to be running around $300 to $500 depending on what model you get. This one's just normal 9130. I got it for around $390. Now about even 5 years ago they were probably running around, I want to say, $100 to $200, and 10 years ago they were probably around $50. So as you can see, inflation on these has skyrocketed dramatically. Now the Russians were not very keen on fit and finish on their service rifles. It was more, how many can we make and how expensive is it, because they're poor and they wanted to save money. Now, these guns were relatively crudely made. You know, there's a lot of space in between kind of the grooves that they put in these for the metal parts. Now, I do have the strap for it, however, I do not have it on the gun right now. It also comes with kind of a cleaning slash unjamming rod if a shell gets stuck into the chamber. No, I do not have the oil kit or the cleaning kit for these. I do have the bayonet, which I will show in a later video. But other than that, it's a very basic, simple Russian workhorse, and it has this steel butt plate here. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, this was my first gun, and I'm glad it was. I wanted something with some kick to it, some power, and what better choice than a Mosin Nagant.